ti tè nílẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí a kàn má fi ara gbọ́ ṣùgbọ́n ká fi ọkàn gbọ́. Ó máa fọ́nì díẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n mẹ́sẹ̀jì ibẹ̀ lára àwọn ohun tí wọ́n lè meet up pẹ̀lú òun ni mo fẹ́ sọ yìí. Torí wípé abínibí yàtọ̀ sí ability. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nínú ilé lálẹ́ mo fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ farabalẹ̀ gbọ́ kínní torí true life story ni. Èmi tẹ́ ń wò yìí mo play voice note kan lánàá directly from an elderly Igbo cousin. Nnanufe Neku. Ṣé gbọ́n tí mò ń sọ? Tí Igbo bá sọ pé Nnanufe Neku, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? Ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ̀bẹ́ kìí ṣe àbàtà. Where are you coming from? Ni Igbo ń sọ yẹn. Jẹ́ wèté mi lè kà ń kó aka. Igbo ní lọ bá ń gbómi wá kí n fi fọwọ́ mi kúrò nínú ọ̀tẹ̀ àti ìbàjẹ́. Kí ẹ mọ̀ pé mo sọ fún wa pé mo lẹ́jẹ̀ Igbo lára. Unfortunately, látìgbà tí grandma mi ti kú, you will not understand, you will not believe that when my grandmom was alive, a very, very beautiful woman, Ìyá Edna Ogundele, a very wonderful woman. She was not perfect, but she did her best. Some of the things in Bandana Leni, ìyá yẹn ló kọ́ mi. Grandpa mi will always be in the kitchen preparing food for my grandma. Ìyá ẹ̀ lọ jókòó. Jẹ́ kí mi àti Rótìmí dáná. Jẹ́ ká dáná. And ní gbogbo ìgbà tí mò ń sọ yìí, because of the love my grandmom or my granddad had for my grandmom, he was able to learn Igbo language because of a woman that came from the lineage of Chief Dr. Nnamdi Azikwe. Ẹ ń gbọ́ lẹ́nu mi lénìí. My grandmom was from that lineage. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. So tẹ́ bá ń fi orí wí orí, ẹ lè understand in tẹ́ ń fi orí gbá. Now, tá bá lọ tá bá bọ̀ tá bá ní ẹ̀bẹ́ kìí ṣe àbàtà. Ibo ló ti ń bọ̀ ni Igbo ń sọ. Tá bá wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi mà ní láti 2018 náà ni ìrìn àjò yìí ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. So tí n bá tún wá padà tí mo ní Nnanufe Neku, ṣé ẹ understand tí mò ń sọ tàbí tí mo fẹ́ sọ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ farabalẹ̀ gbọ́. In the 90s, early 90s, as a very young boy that was growing up with his grandmother and grandfather, I saw things. I saw a lot of things. And that is why I told you maybe to somebody like myself, when it comes to issue of marriage, there will be, torí ọ̀rọ̀ nìkan ni ò sí, but there will be only few ladies tó máa understand pé tó ń bá meet mi, tó ń bá béèrè nípa nǹkan tí mo fẹ́. Tí mo sọ wípé tó bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi ní 100 times, tí mo ń sọ fún ẹ pé ní 100 times yẹn, I prefer companionship more than even ọmọ. Don't get it twisted. I know what I'm talking about. I grew up under my granddad and my grandmom. Mo mọ nǹkan tí companionship jẹ́. I will give you some of the insights. There was a particular seat tí grandma mi máa ń jókòó sí. There was another one tí grandpa máa ń jókòó sí. We had the settings. Tá bá fẹ́ wo series Toba, tá bá fẹ́ wo Tòkunbọ̀ Àjàyí in those days. And ní primary school mi, tí wọ́n bá ń celebrate mi wípé under current affairs, which was one of the subjects tá máa ń ṣe ń gbà yẹn. Current affairs wà ńbẹ̀. Nínú current affairs láti máa ń ṣe abbreviations. how many of you lẹ rántí gbogbo ìgbà tí mò ń sọ yìí? Nínú abbreviations yìí wọ́n lè kọ AU, wọ́n ní kí ni meaning ẹ̀ African Unity. Wọ́n kọ OAU, you can either write Organization of African Unity or Obafemi Awolowo University. Back then in Trinity Home Nursery and Primary School, wọ́n mọ̀ pé Rotimi ò ṣe fọwọ́ rọ́ sẹ́yìn tó bá di current affairs. And I give all the attributes, I return all the blessings, all the accolades to my granddad and my grandmom. Because ní timetable ta nígbà yẹn, it is a must that you either sit down with them 9 o'clock NTA network news, or àwọn bàbá tó máa ń fi kẹ̀kẹ́ tí wọ́n máa ń tẹ pópópó tí wọ́n máa fi ń pín newspaper káàkiri gbogbo lẹ́ngbà yẹn. Tí n bá gbọ́ popo ngbà yẹn as ọmọ kékeré, it is either that wọ́n ti gbé newspapers wá or ẹlẹ́mu ti dé. Grandpa mi fi ẹmu kọ́ mi kékeré torí oògùn ibà ni. Gbogbo ìgbà tí mò ń sọ yìí, each family máa ń ní pack of Andrew liver salt nílé. Wọ́n máa ń lu ihò sí lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́, ó ní bọ́n ṣe káàbẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tẹ́ máa yọ tọ́mọ bá ti nínú run òun. Wọ́n á ní ẹ lọ mú Andrew liver salt wá. Wàá dẹ̀ lọ mú wá, wọ́n á bẹ gbọ́n, wọ́n á dà sínú cup, wọ́n á bomi sí, wọ́n á mú chuchuchuchu. All of a sudden, inú rírun ti lọ. Gbogbo ìgbà yẹn wọ́n ní, ẹ mọ̀ pé ọmọ kékeré ò lè ṣe kó mọ́ ṣèṣe ọmọ kékeré. My tummy. Gbádùn sáwọn inú òórùn ẹ, o fẹ́ mọ Andrew liver salt ni. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ farabalẹ̀ gbọ́ rounding up tèmi, ó wà important. Most especially to you Christians. It wasn't as if I didn't have other cousins or siblings, but I happened to be the only grandchild living with my grandparents. However, every December, all the other cousins, uncles, aunties, we will come around. They will come to our family compound. Nìbàdàn, ní Ọ̀jọ́, Onílé-Aró, Ogundele's compound. Mo ń sọ lẹ́nìí fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá sì fẹ́ forúkọ yẹn ṣe oògùn tàbí tẹ́ bá fẹ́ fi ṣe nǹkan sí mi, kẹ́ lè mọ̀ pé mi ìbẹ̀rù ẹnìkankan. Elédùmarè nìkan ni mo bẹ̀rù, ni mo páyà. Ìdílé Ògúndélé ni mo ti wá, Ìbàrà local government l'Abẹ́òkúta ní Ogun State. Grandpa kan tẹ̀dó sí Ìbàdàn ni. Ìbàdàn náà ti ní change of business wọn. As a matter of fact, gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà tẹ́ bá wà nù lélẹ̀ ni, ẹ máa rántí pé in the 80s, a big sawmill ó wà níbi tí Men of Izaka Vision wà lẹ́ni. Sawmill grandpa mi ló wà ńbẹ̀. Iho Ogundele and Sons Sawmill. The only counterpart ta nígbà yẹn, as young as I was then, was Adekanbi Sawmill tó wà níwájú Naisa. Every night, for you to understand the kind of growing up I had, my granddad, my grandmom, and myself, a máa kó sínú Mercedes-Benz 300 SEL, one of the many vehicles tí grandpa mi ní as a businessman. A máa drive láti inú compound wa lọ sínú sawmill. Grandpa mi ní Dane guns ńgbà yẹn. Anything tó bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀, wọ́n á yìnbọn ni. Mo ti dàgbà tán kí n tó wò pé ẹ dúró ná. Grandpa ìgàn fẹ̀mí mi wéwu gan o. Gbogbo ìgbà tí mò ń sọ during the day, tí wọ́n bá ní pé kí n lọ wo àwọn workers ní sawmill láti ilé. Àwọn weed tó ní blomblom, mo máa ń já láti ẹnu gate dé sawmill ni. Màá máa bẹ́ báyìí tí màá máa fi ṣeré. Ní ibìkan ní sawmill yẹn, ní ọ̀nà tó lọ sí Àbàfà, ó ní odò kan tí àwọn flowers kọ̀ọ̀kan máa ń wù bí àwọn flower purple báyìí tá a máa ń já tá a máa ń ro ṣúgà ẹ̀ mú tá a mọ nǹkan tó jẹ́ ń gbà yẹn. mo fẹ́ dá gbogbo àwa àgbàlagbà tá a wà nílé mo tún fẹ́ dá wa padà sẹ́yìn kẹ́ mọ́ tá a gbé sọnù. What am I trying to say? I understood from then what companionship láàrin ọkùnrin àti obìnrin tó jẹ́ above ọmọ, because it was that companionship that held my granddad and my grandmom together for so long till their old dying ages. And as a matter of fact, kani grandpa mi kú níyà yìí kò take 2 years kí grandma mi tó sọ wípé ó dìgbà ó ṣe. So if I had this kind of understanding from my young age, you will understand as a lady that tẹ́mi àti ẹ bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ni tó bá gbé síwájú mi pé ọmọ máa sá fún ẹni. Because I have understood that there is what we call companionship ní old age, when there will be no more kids around you tí wọ́n máa sáré náà ní ara títí wọn. And I will never make that mistake to put above companionship any other thing when it comes to settling down or having a girlfriend. Mi lè bẹ́ ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́, a lè jọ ṣe sarcasm, mi lè fàwọn aráalé ẹ̀ ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ kó fàwọn aráalé mi ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́, gbogbo a máa sọ dogun. You can never have a way with me. That being said, táwọn cousins mi bá ti wá fún end of the year àgbà yẹn, my grandparents made sure that inú tray kan náà láti máa ń jẹun. It was a special tray. And I still remember the picture of that tray to date, until when religious activities separated my parents, my uncles, my aunties. And you will never understand what I missed, what I lost to religion until when you ask me questions. Where they will be coming on different dates for Christmas and New Year. But as a boy growing up under happy grandparents, it didn't matter, because at the end of the day, I knew my cousins would be gone again. I would be missing them. I am outpouring my heart today for the very first time in a long time. Ló wá di wípé eléyà ní ẹ òun fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan, má sọ fún ọmọ làkejì ẹ, má sọ fún àbúrò ẹ, má sọ fẹ́ gbọ́n ẹ. You should understand what Ogundele's family meant níbàdàn gbà yẹn. All the way to Ìjẹ̀bú, all the way to Ondo State. As a matter of fact, my granddad was the owner of Queen of Sheba Hotel tó wà ní Ọ̀rẹ́. Those were the days tó jẹ́ wípé ìta la máa ń sùn tí ò sí olè tó máa wọlé. I am telling you the basic truth. My granddad will basically come to school and tell Daddy G.O. Ogunmefun, the family that owned my primary school, Trinity Home Nursery and Primary School, Ogunmefun lónìí, go and do your research. And ọmọ mi ò wá sí school o, níjọ́ bye. My granddad will take me away from school ní Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Ká tó di ó di alẹ́ Sunday, because we will have travelled. Gbogbo ìgbà tí grandma mi bá wà ní East lọ́dọ̀ firstborn wọn, tí wọ́n bí sí family Nnamdi Azikwe, kí wọ́n tó fẹ́ grandpa mi. So meaning that I had step uncle, ibẹ̀ ni Igbo relatives, iti wá, if you don't understand, tí n bá ń sọ láti joy. So step cousin mi lẹ gbọ́ voice ẹ̀ lánàá yẹn. I am bringing out a message from these details. There was a time I was allowed by my granddad, grandmom, pé kí n lọ ṣọlidé lọ́dọ̀ àwọn cousin mi kan tí mo forúkọ bò láṣìírí. Every one of them is doing very well now. US, Canada, Australia. But what about the togetherness that we had when we were growing up? That is no longer there. I still miss those days. I still have the pictures. My posting one of the pictures, you understand where I'm coming from. That I'm so voracious about the teachings that we have today on the altars. Money holiday 1 week. The love for my cousins was so much then that they were attending Methodist grammar school ní Bodija. I was changed from Loyola College to Sango High School due to proximity. I love them so much, and I still love them till date, that I even knew their school anthem more than my own school anthem, if we had any. And that's why when you're hearing me sing Methodist Grammar School, Bodija, Ibadan, founded on the road that cannot move in unity we stand, we can never be removed. We can never be removed. Up we go, up we go. Methodist. Táwọn cousins mi yẹn bá ń gbọ́ mi lẹ́nu, wọ́n wá surprised. When you love somebody, everything they say, you will understand, you will hear it. I am talking about the days when Methodists used to be one of the best students, one of the best schools in Ibadan. I was at their place, me in Sobe, for holiday, maybe for 1 or 2 weeks. I was becoming sad. Wípé time tí holiday yẹn máa parí tí ń tán o, pé màá tún padà sọ́dọ̀ grandpa àti grandma and everything. Do you know what happened one night or one day? À ń sọ wípé mọ àǹtí mi tó jẹ́ mom àwọn cousin mi yìí, wọn ò sí lẹ́ngbà yẹn, wọ́n máa ń ṣiṣẹ́ olópò different states because she was very good cooking and everything. Àwa ń ṣeré lọ́sàn-án pé ká ní mọ́mì dẹ̀ wà lé irú èní mi ìrántí occasion yẹn wípé but ká ní mọ́mì sí wà lé a máa mu mineral. Ìbàjẹ́ Coke àti Fanta or Sprite a máa mú gbà yẹn. Those were the years tí solo wà ń ta. Learn from this point in tí mo fẹ́ sọ. Thank you, Elédùmarè. À ń sọ lọ́sàn-án bí eré as young children. Ìpè bọ̀ a máa gba kámú náà ni pé mọ́mí ò sí around, dádì ò dẹ̀ ní rà fún wa. Ìyẹn uncle mi, ọkọ aunt mi. How many of you lẹ rántí àwọn Argentine soap opera tán máa ń ṣe ń gbà yẹn? Mi ìrántí orúkọ ẹ̀ mọ́, but those were the days of The Rich Also Cry, No One But You, and a host of them lórí TV ń gbà yẹn. That particular Friday, gbogbo wa wà ní pálọ̀ à ń wo one of those Sands of Time, Ripples, El Salvador. Àwọn èèyàn sì ní memory. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Now, àwa ń wo program yìí. Bí uncle mi ṣe jáde wá sí pálọ̀ nìyẹn. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ ìkílẹ̀ ṣíṣe ní dàí. Kí ló dé tẹ́ ẹ lọ sùn? Ayọ̀bámi, ṣe báwo lára kòtò ayé bá wo? When you are mine, ẹ ṣe, sister Ayọ̀bámi, báwo lára?
Kokra done. Well,
À ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn mọ́mì gidi, à ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn sóòpù gidi, ẹ wo ń dákọ síbi pé kòtò ayé. wàhálà ẹ̀ ní wá mọ́ sísá Yorùbá mi ẹ̀ ní wá mọ́ wàhálà ẹ lọ lògùn yín o. Kò tọrú ò tí ì dáyé ń gbogbo ìgbà yẹn. Passions. Now ẹ má gbàgbé pé a ti sọ lọ́sàn-án pé I wish pé ká lè mu mineral, and this is where the message is coming from. Ìdí táwọn cousins mi ṣe sọ wípé ká ní mọ́mí àwọn wà round a máa mu mineral àwọn lóye pé dádì tó wà lé pé dádì bóyá dádì láwọn or something like that, whatever. I was just happy that I was with my cousins. Àwa ń wo program yìí lọ. Tabadẹ̀ tí ń wo program yẹn lọ kí ejò wọlé wàhálà ejò yẹn àrìn wọlé àrìn jáde ni o kò sẹ́ni tó máa mira o. That was how serious it was then. All of a sudden bí dáàdì wọn ṣe jáde sí sitting room nìyẹn. Kílẹ̀ yìí gbogbo yín ṣe ní pálọ̀ ó yà wọlé lọ́sùn. Daddy is just past kìnìkan. You are going to school tomorrow. But tomorrow is Saturday, Daddy. I know. I say it now. Everybody. The teachings of our parents. Once have I spoken, twice have you heard with your action. So, one lé wa lọ sùn. After about 5 minutes, my male cousin, torí pé àwọn obìnrin ní yàrá títí wọn, àwa ọkùnrin a ní yàrá títí wa. Ló bá rántí pé òun bọ́ slippers sí pálọ̀, and this man was a very principled man. Gbogbo bí tí phases of life ó ti gbé mi gbà, I learnt one thing or the other. I am talking about a professor in UI who could, from raw materials, build candle making machine, bread making machine, sliced bread making machine. Wọ́n build the borehole. Finally, gbogbo wa wọlé lọ. Male cousin mi ló ń gbàgbé slippers sí pálọ̀ pé daddy ò dẹ̀ gbúdọ̀ rí. So ó jáde ní yàrá, ó fẹ́ yọ lọ. Kó slippers yẹ ní pálọ̀ pé kó má fa ìyà fúnjọ́ kejì. If you watch Oleku, you will understand the kind of training I'm talking about when you consider Baba Asake, who was Baba Ẹ̀dá Ondiola àti Aunty Asake tó jẹ́ girlfriend di Uncle Yemi Sodimu nínú movie yẹn. You will understand the kind of training I'm talking about then. Mo mẹ́yẹ bọ̀ lápò ẹni kí ni kọlù ẹ̀. Bí cousin mi ṣe wọ pálọ̀ pé kó yọ kó síra at least ó máa tanná kó lè rí ibi tí slippers ẹ̀ wà kókó kí dádì má bàa fìyà fún láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn ẹ gẹ́sì nǹkan tó rí ní pálọ̀ lóru lálẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn. Bó ṣe tanná gbẹ̀ báyìí ló bá rí dádì wọn ìyẹn ń kú mi. Dádì gbé solo coke and solo fanta wọ́n gbé sórí stool wọ́n wá mú díẹ̀díẹ̀. Àsọmọ kékeré ẹ mọ nǹkan tá a máa ń ṣe nígbà tá a bá ti kára gẹ̀ǹgẹ̀. Everybody come out o, come and see daddy. Ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú tó. Ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú tó ń tẹ̀rín ní cousin mi bá fi gbé ta dẹ̀dẹ̀dẹ̀. Daddy, this is why you said we should go inside. Everybody come out o. Ní gbogbo wa bá rọ́ síta. Lábá kan daddy wọ́n gbégbó fanta lọ́wọ́ tí kóòkì wà lórí stool. Mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ solo ń gbà yẹn was bóyá 25 cl or 29 cl mi ìrántí bọ̀ ẹ rántí àwọn kóòkì solo àti fanta solo yẹn. Gbogbo abárọ̀ jáde But as a result of parenting skills, do you know what my uncle did? Oh yeah, gbogbo yin, you have caught me red-handed. Because we were always learning new English from these parents. 25 cl, thank you. Oh yeah, gbogbo yin ẹ ti ká mi báyìí. Nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ máa wá ṣe báyìí ni wípé ó dáa. Ìwọ tó ṣàyà gbangba lọ sí kitchen lọ mú ṣíbí wá. Má mú ṣíbí ńlá o. Ṣíbí kékeré tẹ́ fi máa ń lo oògùn ni kó mú wá. Ló bá mú dé. Wọ́n ní ká tó according to our height. Do you know what my uncle did? I am talking about early or late 80s. Either early 80s or late 80s or early 90s. Uncle mi bá line wa. Náà bá fi